Far away from cities, far away from machines, and far away from everything we call modern civilization, there exists another world. A world that does not negotiate with comfort. A world that does not soften its rules for anything living. A world where survival is not a right, but a constant struggle. This is the world of the hottest deserts on Earth. A place where the sun does not simply shine, it dominates. Where the ground does not simply feel warm, it burns. And where life is not abundant, but carefully engineered by evolution to endure what seems impossible. At first glance, the desert looks empty, silent, dead. Endless sand stretching toward a horizon that never changes. But this is an illusion. Because beneath that silence, life is constantly adapting, hiding, waiting, and surviving. The desert is not a place without life. It is a place where life has been forced to become extremely efficient. And to understand this world, we must first understand its greatest enemy: heat. In some desert regions, surface temperatures can rise to levels that would cause severe damage to most living tissue within minutes. But heat is only part of the problem. The real challenge is water, or more precisely, the absence of it. In the desert, water is not just scarce, it is temporary, unstable, almost imaginary. It appears rarely and disappears quickly. Because of this, every living creature here must solve the same problem in different ways. How do you survive when water is no longer guaranteed? We begin with one of the most iconic desert survivors on Earth, the camel. Often called the ship of the desert, the camel is not just a large animal built for travel. It is a biological masterpiece of survival engineering. Its hump does not store water, as many believe. It stores fat, a dense energy reserve that can be converted into both fuel and metabolic water when needed. This means the camel carries its own internal survival system, not just energy, but the potential for hydration. But its true strength is not just storage, it is endurance. Camels can lose a significant percentage of their body water without dying, something that would be fatal to most mammals. Their blood cells are uniquely adapted to continue functioning even during extreme dehydration. And when water is finally available, they can drink astonishing amounts in a short time, rapidly restoring balance. But deserts are not only dominated by large animals. In fact, most desert life exists in small forms. Because in extreme environments, size is a liability. Smaller bodies require less water, lose heat more efficiently, and can hide more easily from the sun. One of the most remarkable examples is the fennec fox, a small desert fox living in North Africa. At first glance, it looks almost fragile, but its body is built for survival. Its oversized ears are not just for hearing. They function as natural cooling systems. Blood flows through the large ear surfaces, releasing heat into the air and helping regulate body temperature, like living radiators designed by evolution. The fennec fox is also mostly nocturnal. It avoids the deadly daytime heat entirely. Instead, it becomes active at night when the desert transforms. Because the desert is not a single environment, it is two worlds in one: a burning world during the day and a cold, silent world at night. This shift defines survival strategies across nearly all desert life. Now we move into the world of insects. Here, survival becomes even more extreme. Some desert beetles have developed an astonishing ability. They can collect water from the air, not from rivers, not from rain, but from humidity so low it seems impossible. Their bodies are covered with microscopic surface structures that allow moisture in the air to condense into droplets. These droplets slowly move toward their mouthparts. In a world without stable water sources, even the air becomes a reservoir of life. Below the surface of the sand, Another hidden world exists. Many desert animals live underground, not because they are weak, but because the underground environment is stable. Temperatures are cooler during the day, warmer at night, and far less extreme than the surface. Small mammals, reptiles, and insects create complex tunnel systems beneath the sand. These underground networks are not just shelters, they are survival infrastructures. Entire hidden ecosystems functioning beneath what looks like empty land. Even movement on the surface tells a story of adaptation. Desert snakes, for example, use a special locomotion called sidewinding. Instead of sliding directly across hot sand, they lift parts of their body in a rhythmic pattern, touching the ground only at specific points. This minimizes contact with the burning surface. Every movement is calculated for heat avoidance. Every motion is survival efficiency in action. Across all these species, camels, fennec foxes, beetles, snakes, and underground dwellers, there is a shared truth. They do not fight the desert. They adapt to it. Because in extreme environments, survival is not about strength. It is about flexibility. It is about timing. It is about knowing when to move, when to hide, and when to do nothing at all. During the day, the desert appears lifeless. No sound, no movement, only heat and light stretching endlessly across sand. But this is not death. It is pause, a temporary suspension of visible life. Because when night arrives, everything changes. Temperatures drop dramatically, wind begins to move, and the desert transforms. Nocturnal animals emerge from underground burrows. Predators begin to hunt. Small creatures search for food and water. The desert becomes active again, not loudly, but precisely. Every movement matters. Every decision is survival, and every second is an opportunity. This rhythm has existed for millions of years, long before humans recorded it, long before science studied it, and long before anyone gave it a name. And yet, despite all our understanding today, the desert still holds mystery. Because every adaptation we observe is not just a solution to heat or dryness. It is a response to pressure so extreme that it forces life to reinvent itself, again and again, generation after generation. In the shifting sands, nothing remains permanent. Only adaptation remains constant. And that is perhaps the most powerful truth of all. The desert is not a place where life struggles to exist. It is a place where life is refined, where only the most efficient forms survive, where evolution is visible in every footprint, every burrow, every silent movement beneath the sand. And in every grain of desert wind, there is a reminder. Life does not need comfort to exist. It only needs a way to continue. Even in the hottest places on Earth, even in the most unforgiving landscapes, even where survival seems almost impossible, life always finds a way. And in the desert, it does so in silence.